Hello and welcome back to another episode of What is K-pop? I am your host, Sophie, and for whatever reason my voice has decided to be not fully how it was yesterday. Just give me 1 second. I think it's okay now. Who knows? We're just going to carry on talking. I do just have to... I love how I've not managed to pull up every single thing I need to do this, and I'm having to get up a website that I need in order to talk about the next group that we're going to be talking about. Basically, just to clarify, in case you stumbled across this, weird podcast, I talk about K-pop a lot. It's my what do you call it? Special interest? Well, yeah, it is my special interest. So, yeah, it's my special interest because I got autism, and I'm sure you can just call an interest that you have obsessively, or it controls your life in general as a special interest. It isn't exclusive to autism, but I am autistic, so you know what? We get to talk about whatever we want to talk about on here, and that's okay because we're happy around here. We are happy-go-lucky, and we just like to talk about whatever we want to. Yay! So I said yesterday that I was gonna do this episode right after finishing the other one, but I didn't. Because quite honestly, I'm gonna just be real for you right now. When I obviously I had to go up and wake my mother up to have because she wanted me to wake her up. Don't get it twisted. I was asked to go and wake my mother up, so it isn't just me again being mean and waking her up. She wanted me to make the rice. I was just checking everything was okay with the episode going up and stuff. And to be fair, I thought to myself, why not space this out? Because I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for. I did kind of decide early on that every single season it would be 30 episodes each, and I just talk for however long, and however long this goes on for, depending on how many seasons, we're just having fun, and if this goes on further, then I'll carry on. I'll make the seasons longer, but we're not gonna, force anything to kind of happen. We're not gonna do anything like that. We are just gonna have fun around here. Also, quickly just want to say this now because I was reading the the rules and stuff from Spotify, that everything that I do say, whether I will say if it is my opinion and stuff, just to be honest, there is one K-pop idol that I do just kind of want to say my opinion on right now before we get on to TXT. There's one idol called Wonyoung from IVE. She was in IZ*ONE. IZ*ONE was a K-pop group made from a survival show called Produce 48. Personally, I do not like her, but that is just my opinion. It's just because of her, just her vibe, I guess, or just that is just generally my opinion. And I won't exactly be getting into the meat and potatoes as to why I don't like her, mainly because of the fact that it's not relevant, as to me just talking about K-pop. But I have opinions on these people, and I'm gonna say them. And obviously none of them are meant to be taken as anything negative. or positive. Like, I don't want people to kind of go ahead and be like, oh, because Sophie said this about idols, like, I don't like this particular idol, because, like, honest to God, my opinions are not, like, sometimes they're not even that good, because, like, I base my opinions on, like, idols based on their vibes, you know? And I mean, from what I've seen and what I've heard, like, Won Young from IVE is actually a really nice person. Like, she's really hardworking. She deserves everything that she has, like, being, you know, like, at the face of IVE, I think she is, or like the main vocalist, and like, she deserves everything that she has. And like, I'm not going to take that away from her. I'm not going to say that like she doesn't deserve it. Just personally, in my opinion, I don't really vibe with her vibe, but I don't want people to kind of think that if I say I don't like an idol, that means that I hate every single aspect of them, because I don't. You know, there are obviously some aspects of all idols that I do like, because I genuinely like Won Young's, like, a couple of her outfits are really cute, like her vocals in their, like, one of their pre-release tracks from last year called Kitsch. I really liked her voice on that. But like, I don't want it to seem as though I'm just hating for the sake of hating on these people, because I genuinely just want the best for everyone in their field of work. Like, my old classmates, if you happen to be listening to this, I'm rooting for you, even though I don't know what you're doing. I am rooting for you, and I'm rooting for each of these idols that I'm going to be talking about. But yes, with all of that being said, TXT. I love how I just went on this tangent about Won Young from IVE. Jeez Louise. Also, like, all my little phrases, like, again, those are not to be derogatory. Those are not meant to be derogatory towards anyone. I do say Jesus a lot, but I will try to limit that on here, just because I do know that obviously, like, you never know who's going to be listening. So if I do say it, I'm ever so sorry. That is just how I speak. I will be trying to avoid saying it, and obviously in the future, when I am able to like edit it better and like go through it like step by step of like me saying like anything that might be taken out of like context or like seen as, you know, rude to any sort of religion. Obviously this podcast is like inclusive to everyone, you know, it's not for any particular audience, just anyone who wants to learn about K-pop and can listen to in like something in English, you know. Honestly, like, yeah, so it's for everyone. I've been talking for 8 minutes already and I've not even gotten on to TXT. Oh my god. So if you didn't if you didn't listen to my episode, pardon me, yesterday, you might not know, but TXT, or Tomorrow by Together, is Big Hit Entertainment's second official boy group, who debuted all the way back in March of 2019. And the significance of Tomorrow by Together being the second boy group from Big Hit Entertainment is that it is the brother group, or the little brothers of another boy group called BTS, Bangtan Sonyeondan, or Bulletproof Boy Scouts, or behind the scene, whatever you refer to it as. BTS is behind songs like Dynamite, Butter, Permission to Dance, Life Goes On, and their debut track was No More Dream. But anyway, back to TXT. TXT is a 5-member boy group ranging, and I don't know how to phrase this. Can you tell? The members range in age from being born in 1999 to 2002. Oh my god, that was explained so weirdly. Fun fact actually, it's about the same amount of time between me and my older sister. She was born in 1999, I was born in 2003, and the youngest member was born in 2002. So, yeah, about a year's difference. However, I actually feel like all of them are on the same maturity level. And so there isn't much in the way of discrepancy between any of the members of, like, I don't know, like you hear like a term going around called like like the Macne, the youngest of the group, is often the most childish. And yeah, for sure, like Kai, like the youngest member, he does act childish, but like so do all the other members. But anyway, back to who the members are. We have from age order 1999 was Choi Che Che Yeonjun, Che Soo-bin, Che Byung-ju, Bomgu. Yeah, I'm just going to go with that. Kang Tae-hyun and Kai Kamal-hyunin, or Hyunin Kai, as most people would probably refer to him as. And those 5 members are all considered like all-rounders, I'm pretty sure, of TXT, the group. But obviously they all have like their own individual like specifics that they all kind of are known for. Like Yeonjun, the oldest, he is known as like the rapper in the group. Soobin, he's the leader. And Kai is obviously like the Macne, so like that's his role. He's just the youngest. That's his whole personality trait. He has nothing else other than being the Macne. I'm joking. I am joking, by the way. He has so much more talent than I could ever think to have in my entire body. I am literally sat in my parents' living room right now in my pajamas playing with a flower hair clip, talking into my laptop about K-pop. So, you know, here we are. So more about Tomorrow by Together, or TXT, whatever you like to call them. They like, it's so sad actually about like TXT's like debut, because like obviously they debuted a year before the pandemic kind of happened, but also they debuted essentially on like the coattails of like BTS's like major like stepping stone of success, and so they were like often, you know, like not liked and stuff because of the fact that they were like BTS's like juniors, and I don't agree with that. Like, I do not agree with that in the slightest, because, you know, at the end of the day, like, if you think about it, me and my sister, we were born to the same parents, but like we aren't anything alike. And I don't know how she feels about me talking about her, but so I'm not going to mention too much. But yeah, basically, like not we're similar in the sense of that we both have the same coloured hair and stuff, and like we're the same skin tone. But like that's kind of where main similarities end. Like we're both obviously like kind to animals and such, but like that's just a given that we have 2 cats and we've had like several pets over the time in which we've, you know, been alive. But like when did I start talking, like why did I start talking about my own family? Jeez. Like so TXT for like the first, I want to say like first couple of months, maybe from like their debut to their first comeback, were kind of like BTS's younger brothers. And I'm like, you are aware of the fact that like these people, you know, they come from the same company, but they're not the same. It's like It's like another company called Cube Entertainment. They have they're famous for 4 Minute, CLC, and G Idol. Now, if you take like G Idol and 4 Minute, I can understand the comparison between them two because they're very much like female empowerment musicians. They're like they do that sort of stuff. And like oh wait no, they also have Light Some. But like if you take CLC and like try and compare it to 4 Minute, I'm like, there's nothing to compare because they're two completely different groups. And like, yes, CLC and Lightsome are kind of similar in that they have a very youthful concept, or like a very not 4 Minute anti-idol concept, if you've ever listened to both of their music. Also, I've never listened to CLC's music. I just know that they have that concept from like reading things online. So yeah, but like the problem is that like every group is gonna have its own concept and like thing that they're known for being. And TXT were known for like their youthful concept. They still are, mind you. They did go off on do like rock inspired like music for like a couple of comebacks, but yes. So like onto like the actual members and stuff. Chair Soo Bin is actually the tallest idol in the entire like company, in like the whole of Big Hit, or Hybe as it's now called. I don't know if it's necessarily still the same case now, just because of like there's another group called 17, and they have a member called Mingyu, and he's like super duper tall. So I don't know whether or not he still is the tallest member in the company, but you know, there's that piece of information. And then Yeonjun, he was considered like the trainee, like the trainee that you need to be looking out for in Hybe. And like I find that super duper interesting, of just like how like much pressure perhaps that Yeonjun had so early on in his career to be like living up to the precedent of like being like idols trainee, like the idol's idol, but being a trainee perhaps. I don't know. He also joined in 2014 after leaving Cube Entertainment, so I don't know, maybe perhaps like Yeonjun was kind of like, maybe Cube was like, oh, he might be a part of Pentagon, you know, like their boy group and stuff. So maybe he might be a part of Pentagon, but obviously that never happened. He's now a part of TXT. So he must have trained for at least like 5 or 6 years. I couldn't find it in my research, but I mean, I say research, I mean like the briefest research like ever, because this is mainly going off of like the information that I know about these people from just like everything that I've learned over the past 3 years. Obviously, I'm going to do research when it comes to like other groups. Like there's a group that's called Ampersand 1, where I don't know anything about the members practically. So I am going to research about them, but like not about these guys, because I do actually know what I'm talking about vaguely with these people. Chair Bomgyu. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wackadaka, but like wacky or like strange, because you know I'm so like used to saying Byom Ju, but it's actually, I think it's pronounced Bomgu. But you know, it's just like I explained this yesterday, of just like it's instinctive now due to how I'm having to pronounce it for my parents to understand. But yeah, no. Bomgu was the last member to be revealed in the whole group. So that's an interesting fact for you. And Kang Tae-hyun, he actually sleeps with one eye open. Like I'm getting all this information from like I just searched up in Google in YouTube last night. for it to be TXT profile, and it just came up with like basic facts about the members just so you get to know them. And it said like he sleeps with one eye open, and he always has done, and he can't change it. And I'm like, babe, I feel you, because like I have sleep habits that I can't stop doing now. Like I always used to like sleep like in any sort of like position of like, you know, like sleeping on your right side, sleeping on your back, sleeping on your left side, or even like sleeping on your like front. But now I just sleep exclusively on my right side because that's just like typically how I get out of bed. So like sleep habits are not easy to like get rid of, especially when you've been doing them for years. So, you know, hopefully, you know, maybe he's got that, you know, sorted out so he can kind of have better night's sleep. Because like if you don't know this, you might do, but you know, fun fact for you, basically when you blink, obviously it's like essentially wetting your eye. Like it's like tears in your eyes are basically there to always keep your eyes like lubricated, you know. It's meant to basically keep anything from getting in your eye. And when you're asleep, you're not blinking necessarily because of like, it depends on like what like stage of sleep you're in. But you know, Taehyun's eyes are probably getting like really, really like dry during the night. And like, honest to God, I feel that on like so many levels. Like my eyes, because of the fact that I'm like obviously always in front of a screen having to do with something, my eyes are always dry. But yeah, that's just like a fun little tidbit about me. I'm like revealing so many random facts about me, not even talking about oh my god. So now we're on to Kai, the youngest member, and he actually speaks 4 languages. And I find Kai's life to be literally the most interesting idol like I think I've read about in a very long time. And like obviously there are a few idols that I would love to talk about in depth, like Kim Jae-jung. He was in JYJ. He was in TVXQ and then he left and then formed a trio with the 3 other members who left and then like got banned from appearing on like Korean broadcasts because of his former company SM. So I'd love to talk about him. But like Kai's life is fascinating. So basically, his parents are like famous musical people. So he's like essentially what some might consider to be a nepo baby. But like Kai was born in Hawaii, but has moved like so many times. Like he can speak Korean. I'm like having to actually like count all my friends. Korean, Mandarin. So Mandarin is like the simplified, air quotes, simplified, I think, version of Chinese. And I think Cantonese is like considered the traditional version. Obviously, there's like different other subsets of different Chinese ones. And I'd love to talk about again those ones too. We have Korean, Chinese, English, and I think it said Portuguese. I think, or at least like another language that I'm just like, oh wow, that's like actually like so cool though, because obviously like with living in the UK, I was either going to be speaking like French as a second language or German. And for both primary school and secondary school, I took French lessons. And for about a year, I took Spanish. And I've been kind of trying to learn Korean. But it's like so super duper hard because like the way in which a lot of foreign languages work is that like obviously when you're learning to speak them, like your mouth kind of develops in a way to kind of maximize being able to speak a certain language. Like there's a few like foreign languages or like just languages in general. I shouldn't say foreign, but like you know what I mean. languages in which, like, if you haven't grown up speaking it, like, it's very hard to understand you, like, when you're speaking it. Like, especially, like, I think it was Arabic. I think me and my dad were talking about it. And he said about how, like, he was talking to one of his like work friends, and he was saying about how, like, he was trying to teach another person how to speak his language, his like mother language. And he was like, I don't know, like, fully what you're saying, just because of, like, the structure of your mouth. Like, I wonder if like Korean is the same sort of way, or maybe it's just like how in which I speak, but like I can't for some reason speak Korean like properly and make it sound as though I actually know what I'm talking about, because I know some Korean words from like K-dramas and like watching some Korean variety shows and stuff. So like, it is so hard. It is so hard. And I commend anyone who is multilingual and like is understood in every single one of the languages in which they speak, because I could not be you. I am so sorry. But back onto track of TXT. They have released a number of, I think, both mini albums, like what do you call them? Like it goes like singles, mini albums, and albums, and then like compilation ones, I think. And TXT have done a number of, I think, a few singles. They've done quite a few mini albums, and they've done at least 2 albums, I'm under the impression of. And that's all in the space of 5 years, which is actually pretty impressive for like this climate. This climate, because obviously they debuted a year before the pandemic, and obviously they couldn't really promote properly during that time, and you know, they've been doing tours and stuff, and like a few of the members haven't like have had to, you know, take some breaks during like tour and stuff, because like it wasn't last year, it was 2022. TXT went on a tour, I think it was 2022. Bomju, I'm mispronouncing this so badly. He had to skip out a few dates, I think, or like a few songs on a couple of the stops, because I think the official report was that he had like basically sometimes when your body gets so stressed out is that like it just like you can catch illnesses a lot easier, and like perhaps he had like a cold or something, like his like the condition of his immune system was just like not good, so he wasn't feeling good, and I feel so sorry for him for that, because you know, he was in America, and like a couple of the members of like Yeonjun, he lived in America for 2 years, so like, you know, it's probably somewhere familiar, but being ill anywhere other than home is just like awful. And when you know you've got to like do your job still, must have been like really, really hard for him to deal with. And I hope that, you know, he's taking care of himself now and like doing a lot better. But yeah, you know. And I think obviously a few of the members, I think actually all the members, because I know at least Yeonjun and Kai and Taehyun, they all caught the virus, so obviously they would have had to have gone into treatment. Perhaps like the virus might have caused them like, you know, like health issues, like it could have, like when they had the virus they could have been kind of ill, and then like had after effects, because I know that kind of happens to a lot of people, and like even with like seemingly healthy people, you know, they can still have after effects of like that sort of stuff. So I hope like they took care of themselves afterwards and like took care of themselves like while they had it and stuff, because I actually have had it twice, and I know how hard it is to kind of want to be healthy, but like your body is just like, you know, just not there. So I hope they took care of themselves in that aspect. But none of them, for as far as I'm aware, I love how I'm saying it. It's like as though I've done like tons and tons of research. None of them have talked about their mental health kind of being questionable. Let's do some research whilst we're here. You know, I've been recording for 30 minutes, and that's like double the amount of time that I was recording for last time. So let's do some real-time research right here, right now. TXT mental health. I also record on my laptop. My laptop's like it's a thermometer. It's microphone. It's mainly, yeah, Bonju, he talked about his trainee life being quite tough, but none of them have come out to say anything about their mental health in connection to actually being idols. So, you know, obviously we can't like say like for certain if they are okay, but you know, you never know. And I hope that they do kind of take care of themselves, because like tour isn't easy. Let's check like the actual news for a moment. Yeah, no, there's nothing. Obviously, like, would be quite interesting if like I just opened up the news and like it said like I don't know, like Taehyun leaves TXT, like takes a break, you know, he leaves, or something along those lines, you know. So, for as far as we're aware, nothing has like happened insofar as they've had to take a break. I think probably with the advent of other, with like BTS kind of being the pioneers into making sure that Big Hit is like good, they kind of had more emphasis in making sure that TXT were mentally okay and like having like things in place, because one of the members, Sugar from BTS, he struggled a lot with depression and stuff like that. So yeah, I can imagine that it was very important for them kind of when they were like, I don't know, because you can, I don't know, like when they were discussing with the company about like, I don't know what, like, you know, you can, I don't know how to explain it, just like talking to the company about their junior group, saying like, oh, I really think this should be in place for them. I'm sure like there was the emphasis of like making sure their mental health is okay. Because like that's important. You should take care of your mental health. Take it from me. Like, even if it is just, I don't know, like having someone that you can just unload on is important. So always check in on yourself, always take care of your mental health, and do what you need to do to be mentally okay. Like, even if you feel like your mental health is like perfect, like even if it's just like having a bath, or you know, reading a good book, or watching one more episode of your favorite TV show, like just having that time is quite important, because it just like allows you to like just disconnect, you know. And I love how this is coming from me. Like, if like I would love to do just a dedicated episode to me, all about myself and like my life, because you know the reason why I'm doing this is obviously because I don't have a job, so I'm unemployed, so I don't do anything other than just like do my college courses and everything. And like my old classmates, they're just about to graduate university, and what am I here just talking into my laptop about beats, like about K-pop. And like obviously I'm like okay with it because you know such is the way of life. But you know, just take care of yourself. Just be aware that like these people are actual real people. I'm sure you all would do, but you know, you never know. I feel like I have to say it. But yeah, I think that is everything about like just a general overview on the members. And just you know, me just talking ninny nonny nonsense. I'm actually going to be listening to this back, or at least a little bit, because I've been recording for 35 minutes. I'm going to upload it, listen to it back on my own TV, because I actually did that yesterday and it was so cool, like being able to just like hear what I was talking about. Anyway, yeah. So I really hope you enjoyed listening to today's episode of What is K-pop, and you know, these episodes, the first couple, maybe like 5 episodes, are going to be like released every single day. And then, you know, I'll just decide as to when I'm going to upload next. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed. And if you want to, feel free to leave a comment. If not, then that is all chill. That's all okay. And I will speak to all of you again soon. It was wonderful. I am your host, Sophie, and this has been What is K-pop?